Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Spank the Monkey back again with another video of singles Bojingles. Alright, so sealed product for MH3 is pretty much done for this channel, but still the, I would say the afterglow of Modern Horizons 3 is still there. So I've actually picked up a couple of singles, mostly from MH3 and from the Commander that I've picked up so that I can just add to the collection, and just wanted to share that unboxing with you. Okay, so maybe we can start from the back here. Okay, let's do this right. First one would be an ORIM'S CHANT. So I was looking for this card in foil. I thought the art was pretty cool. And even though I don't really run this card in any of my decks, I just would like to sort of, share this one and maybe add it to the collection because it's a really beautiful piece of cardboard. Check out that foil plus that art. Again, I was saying that my favorite art so far is the Force of Will from what is that, from Double Masters, is it? And it's sort of like this, but this is damn good art. Okay, so let's put that over there. A beautiful ORIM'S CHANT over here. Okay, cool pile. Okay, next up would be a copy land. So this is an enchantment, 3 to cast. You may have copy land enter the battlefield as a copy of any land on the battlefield, except it's an enchantment in addition to its other types. Nice borderless rare, so I'll put that here. I think I may have gotten 2 copies, possibly. Yeah, okay, so let's put that there. Next up, we have a ORIM'S Binding. This is a pretty awesome card. 3 to cast, instant with the void. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to owner's hand, and then whenever you cast a colorless spell with mana value 7 or greater, you may exile this card, and when you do, basically overload what do you call that? Cyclonic Rift. Sorry, there, lapse in memory. Okay, so maybe for this, I'll put this nice mythic over here. All right. Next up, we have Amphibian Downpour. I do like this card. It has Storm, and it basically nerf your opponent's creatures. Pretty good card. I think I do have several copies from the main set, but just blinging out with some borderless versions. Okay, a couple of versions there. Funny, I'm not really a blue player, but I've actually picked up several blue cards because I do like what we're getting there. Okay, so next one would be a Sylvan Safekeeper. This is a nice reprint. Good to have this card around, so just adding some copies. I think I only have like 1 or 2 from my unboxings. Next up, we have Fanatic of Ronas. I think this is a very good card. Of course, the hype has sort of died down now, but it's still a really strong card. Picked up a boardless version of that, so let me put that there. Okay, and I think I might have another copy. No, so this one is the profile art for Ashling Flame Dancer, which is a pretty good card too. Yeah, so I'm not really running that right now except for my Calamax deck. But we'll see if maybe I can add this in some of my other decks. But pretty good card and nice art. The profile art for this set is much better than Commander Masters, so thanks for that. Now we have Sawhorn Nemesis. I have a Dino deck, which is I'm running Pantlaza, and yeah, this is just an auto include to that. A nice borderless version. We have a second one here. Next, we have the Necrobloom, also in the profile art. I don't have this in any of my decks right now, but just wanted to get this nice borderless copy for the collection. So I'm really liking that art. And it just pops out, right? That art in that yellow, striking yellow color. Next up, we have a Hideous Taskmaster. So this is 7 to cast Eldrazi, 7/2 with the Void. And when you cast a spell for each opponent, gain control up to 1 target creature that player controls until end of turn. Untap those creatures, they gain Trample, Haste, and Annihilator 1 until end of turn. And this has Trample, Haste, Annihilator 1. So this is a pretty strong card. 7 to cast, a little bit heavy on the mana, but 7/2, you gain control of another creature, and together it's Annihilator 2 and Trample and Haste. That's pretty good. So I'll put this over here, just a regular pack rare. Next, we have a Genku Future Shaper. Yeah, this is pretty okay. I don't have this any of my decks right now, but again, just picking it up for the collection. Next up, we have a Imskir. Same. I've had several copies of that in the regular set. Next, we have Jyoti, Moag Ancient. Okay, adding to the collection there. This is from the Commander set this time. And another one from Commander Satya, which is, I think, the face commander for one of the precons. Okay. Better profile art. Next up, we have Kaif, Famed Mechanist. Same here. Okay, so for the cast, Dwarf Artificer, Fabricate 1. Other non-token creatures you control have Fabricate 1. Pay 2, tap, choose 1, populate, or proliferate. Interesting. So that's a Mythico. I'll put the Mythics there. Apologies for that. So we'll put them all together. There you go. Right. Next, we have Disa, also from the Commander precons. 5 to cast, Human Scout. Whenever a Lurgoyf permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, put it into the battlefield. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to the player, create a Tarmogoyf token. Okay. And then we have Koram, the Undertaker, also a 4 to cast. Gets X+0, where X is the greatest power among creature cards in all graveyards. And when it attacks, each player mills a card. During each of your turns, you may play a land and cast a spell from among cards in your graveyards that were put there from libraries this turn. Ooh, brutal. Okay, moving on, we have Herigast, Erupting Hellkite. So Eldrazi Dragon with Emerge 8. When you cast a spell, you may exile your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards flying. Each creature spell you cast has Emerge. The Emerge cost is equal to its mana cost. Okay, I'm not too keen on the Emerge mechanic, but I've not really tried it yet. So let's see if maybe I can integrate that into one of my decks. Next up, we have Echoes of Eternity. I do love this card. So this is a 6 to cast Kindred Enchantment Eldrazi. If a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. And whenever you cast a colorless spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Very powerful card. A little bit expensive at 6 mana, but still, this is pretty good, especially for those artifact decks and Eldrazi decks. So I do have a couple of copies of this, but I want to get this nice, beautiful borderless copy. Nice card. So I'll put that over here. You can see here ORIM'S CHANT. She's just alone by her lonesome. Okay, so we have 2 copies of Echoes of Eternity in the borderless treatment. Next, we have a Selective Obliteration. So this is also a Commander precon card, 5 to cast. Each player chooses a color, then exile each permanent unless it's colorless or it's only the color its controller chose. So really, this is going up against multicolor permanents. Okay, so we'll put that over here. Next, second to the last, is an Ulamog's Dreadsire. So 10 to cast Eldrazi, 10/10 with Vigilance and Ward, sacrifice permanent with mana value 1 or greater. So tap and create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. Yikes. Okay, and last card for this episode would be a Borderless Shifting Woodland. So this is a beautiful card. Very powerful, actually. So it enters the battlefield unless you control a forest, and then with Delirium and pay 4, Shifting Woodland becomes a copy of a target permanent card in your graveyard until end of turn. Activate only if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. So I had actually used this in a recent game of Commander where I had Protean Hulk in my graveyard. I put this down with Delirium, paid 4. It became a copy of Protean Hulk. Sacrificed that, picked up some combo pieces and won the game. So yeah, so this is just a practical example how this Shifting Woodland could play in your decks, especially if you have your Wincon in the graveyard. Pretty good. So nice pickup for me, boardless version. So just to go back, I think really the value here is coming from Echoes of Eternity, Shifting Woodland, and Ugin's Binding. That's a lovely card. I did also win a recent game with that card as well. And star of the show would be this nice foil ORIM'S Chant. Beautiful art. Okay, thank you for joining me on this episode of Singles Bojingles. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.